please be, adaptive and open to change, alright? Today's gameplay stream of Zelda is going to be a little bit more interactive. I am going to be looking at the stream chat and maybe talking back and forth with people every once in a while. I want you to understand that. This is going to be a little bit more of an interactive situation because the bottom line is my partnership with Machinima is ending shortly. In fact, I believe it's only like 3 more days. I'm not positive. I have to double check. I think it's like 3 more days, and then DSP Gaming's partnership is over with Machinima. Now, here's the thing. I'm currently in talks with 2 other companies in order to see, you know, if I can get DSP Gaming partnered right after, you know, the partnership with Machinima ends. The good news is I've already gotten approved by one company. However, this company is not going to put me into, say, a managed partnership. And if that is the case and they, you know, they're not willing to do that, sadly, all that's going to happen here is I am going to be able to put ads on my videos on DSP Gaming, but there's going to be a lot of issues with content ID matching, and there's going to be a lot of issues, in particular, with Nintendo stuff. Alright? I just want to make that abundantly clear that Nintendo stuff is going to have an issue. Nintendo likes to claim everything. They love to claim, people's videos. They absolutely love it. And it sucks, because you can't really do a playthrough of a Nintendo game anymore on YouTube unless you're under a managed partnership. So if I cannot get you, DSP Gaming into a managed partnership right away, sadly, it's going to mean that I'm not going to be able to do full, interesting playthroughs of games like Nintendo games like this for YouTube that are going to end up being profitable, okay? But here's the thing, alright?
If streaming turns out to be more profitable.
For example, the last 2 days that I streamed, which were, Friday, Saturday, the streaming ended up being way better. Like, people were cheering, people were subbing, people were super excited, because I explained that I'm kind of going in head first into the streaming way more than I ever had before. And because of that, it ended up being profitable. And the bottom line is, if live streaming on Twitch can be as profitable as it was those couple of days, I don't even care about the YouTube ad revenue. Like, what I'll end up doing if I'm going to play a Nintendo game is, like, today, I'll play it here on stream, and I'll just archive the videos or the streams on Twitch. And if people want to watch it, they can come watch it on Twitch, or I could export it from Twitch to YouTube. Either one works, you know? And I won't have to worry about that back-end revenue if I made money up front and I'm able to pay my bills. That's the deal here, okay? So what you're going to notice here is some changes. First of all, if anyone subs today, during the course of the stream, or if anyone cheers with bits, and I believe I put the threshold at, like, 50 bits, I'm not sure, you're going to see a pop-up message appear on the screen to thank them, okay? Now, understandably, some people are going to be off-put about that. Oh my god, there's a message on the screen, it's taking away from the playthrough. But you have to understand something. Since there's no guarantee that I'm going to get into a managed partnership anytime soon, basically these Nintendo playthroughs are going to be for streaming. That's the primary pull of them, alright? And that's the bottom line, is, you know, since that's the case, I don't really care anymore. It was one thing when I was doing the videos primarily for YouTube, right? And that was my main focus, but if that's not going to be the main focus anymore, then who cares? Who cares if there's a little pop-up on the screen? Now, I do want to say you're going to see the pop-ups have some really cool artwork. Okay? And this artwork was hand-drawn by a longtime viewer and fan of mine, Dr. Zombius, last night. He went to this program he has, and he made these, cool animations for both new subscriptions and bit cheers. So, you'll see it, right? You should be able to see it. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. It's pretty cool, and I get the feeling once people start to see them, I think people are going to really get into it. Like, man, I want to see that pop up with my name on it, right? And they're going to start cheering and subbing and all of that. So, there you have it. I also will be doing face cam. Since people seem to, whenever people stream on Twitch, they want face cam, I'll do face cam. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but at the same time, I honestly don't think it really adds much. But if people want it, you can get it, alright? So I'll be doing face cam for this. In a few days, I may not be able to monetize any Nintendo videos on YouTube, unless I can get into a managed partnership, but right now it's not looking good. The bottom line is here, I'll give everyone a big update. I've already been approved on KO Gaming and DSP Gaming for partnership, alright? I'm already approved. I'm good to go. The problem is, I'm not approved for a managed partnership. So I'm talking with another company about possibly getting a managed partnership. If I can get the managed partnership, duh, that's a no-brainer. That's what I'm doing. Because that means I could just go back to how I was, you know what I mean? I could just not have to worry about anything. Not to say that I wouldn't do more focusing on the streaming anyway, because I probably would. Okay? But you know what I mean? I'd rather have it be that I can monetize everything on YouTube and not have to worry about content ID and all this bullshit claiming. But I don't know. Right now, honestly, it's not looking too good in that regard. It's looking like no matter who I go with, I'm just going to end up in a regular partnership, which kind of stinks, but it is what it is. Okay? And if people are showing up for the streams, and the streams are profitable, and it makes sense for me to keep playing Zelda, I will wholeheartedly play Zelda all week for you. I don't mind. Okay?
Tomorrow, Nier Automata
releases, okay? A lot of people contacted me and said, Phil, we want to see you play this game, alright? I will play that as well, but it's got, I can't do everything. I can't do everything. So, I really need to know what it is that people want to see, alright? So, maybe what I'll do tonight, after this stream and seeing how well it goes and how well people like this stream, I'll do a poll on Twitter. My Teespring campaign for merchandise launched this past week, okay? I did not expect this, folks, okay? I didn't expect this. It was incredibly successful. Like, beyond my wildest expectations. I think we had, from what I understand, I think it was over 20-some sales overall. Which, I don't even think when I opened my Cafe Press store that I got 20 sales in 3 days. So it went really well. Alright, I got another update. I want to talk to everyone about the Switch. What happened with my Switch yesterday? So yesterday was my day off, my day out. And sadly, I wanted to spend, most of the time with Leanna, but half the day we ended up doing chores. We ended up having to go to, like, 2 different like a grocery store, Sam's Club, and then we had to go to our regular grocery store and all that. And we spent over an hour at Best Buy. Okay? Let me explain what happened. As you know, if you've been following me, you know that my Nintendo Switch bricked. It does not work. It did not work at all. After charging overnight on Friday night, I wanted to play Zelda on Saturday, and it didn't work. Because it was a piece of broken garbage. Okay? I brought it to Best Buy. Here's the deal. Here's exactly what happened. Sadly, number one, they had to set me up with the Geek Squad tech guys. They had the head Geek Squad guy come over, and he says, well, I have a Switch, I got it from Pier. He said, but luckily, I was lucky. I didn't get any tech issues, so sadly, I don't even know how to troubleshoot this thing, because it's new. And he tried, he tried the standard thing that everyone says online, the thing that we did on camera on Saturday. He tried to hold down the power button and all that. That didn't work. So then he said, well, maybe it's just the power cord. Let me go get a different USB-C charger cable. So he did. He plugged it in.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay. So sadly, sadly, the deal is, it was not the power cable, it was not the dock, it was the Switch itself, the Switch itself, that was screwed up. That is bricked. Okay? So he's like, well, here's the options you have. He says, basically, I can't get you another one. We don't have one. Duh, no one has one. And he even, he searched stock. He's like, no one has one in Washington State. They're all sold out because Nintendo didn't ship enough, like usual. They created artificial demand by not shipping enough for the demand that they knew would be out there. They do this every time they have a console launch to create artificial demand on their own products. So, he says, the thing is, I can't promise you when we're going to get one. He said he even talked to, whatchamacallit, his inventory team. He talked to the head of his inventory team. And he said that they've been advised by Best Buy that they're not allowed to hold any. So even though my situation sucks and I got a bricked one, there's no way they could hold one for me so that I could come and get one this week if they get another shipment this week or whatever. And he said there's even no guarantee. It might not even show up this week. It might not be for 2 or 3 weeks till they get more. So he says, really, that's kind of a shitty situation. If you really want to play Zelda, you're going to be waiting around for a long time and there's no guarantee you're even going to get one. Okay? And I said, well, listen, the deal is this. I bought the Switch because I wanted to play Zelda on it.
And everyone thought that Zelda was going to be better on the Switch.
But the bottom line is that people are playing it on the Wii U and saying it's equivalent to the Switch version. Maybe a tiny graphical downgrade, not a big deal. I think I would rather play it on the Wii U and play it now rather than sit here and wait endless weeks to know if I'll ever get another Switch to play the damn game. Okay? The one problem here is that, sadly, I had already opened my copy of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Switch, okay? And unfortunately, as you know, retail stores will not take back or return an open video game. It's their solid policy. So they have one copy left of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Wii U. One copy. And he grabbed it, and he says, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 20% off on the game just from the get-go. He says, that's the most that they'll let me take off the price tag. I'm going to take 20% off. Then, he says, if you trade in your copy of Zelda Breath of the Wild, you're going to get like $30-something back for it, and we'll put that towards the game, so the game will be like $17.
And I said, well, this sucks that Nintendo fucked me, and I got to spend another $17 to play Zelda.
But I guess it is what it is, alright? So that's what I did. I traded in Breath of the Wild. He gave me 20% off the game. And it ended up being $17 to get this for the Wii U, and then I just fucking returned the fucking Switch.
I said, I don't even want to deal with this piece of shit.
The only reason I bought it was for Zelda. There's literally no games coming out for this thing that I want until maybe the fall, whenever Mario Odyssey comes out. That's the next game I want for it. So whatever it is, whenever that happens, right, then I'll come and fucking worry about buying another Switch. By then there'll probably be tons of stock everywhere, because no one will fucking want it, because they realize there's no games for it.
So, yeah, I returned it. I said, fuck this stupid piece of shit. I got my full $300+ back for the Nintendo Switch, and I ended up getting Breath of the Wild for about $17.
Something's going on with my YouTube channels. Let me put it this way. I have definitive evidence that the reason that everything is going on the way that it is that I've been targeted by some unscrupulous parties. I actually have evidence now. I don't want to reveal any of this evidence until I actually have formulated it into something that I can do something with. But basically, I know there are people fucking with me, and that is the main reason why everything is happening bad with me right now. Why ad revenue is down, why I had trouble with machinima, everything. I'm figuring it out, and I'm seeing the evidence, and I'm connecting the dots. It's not a conspiracy theory or anything.
As of yesterday, I got definitive evidence, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Okay, and it seems to be that it is maybe possibly one of the things that a lot of people were worried about from a few months ago. I don't want to really go any further than that right now until I have more evidence, alright? But I am going to keep working on something behind the scenes, and then I'm going to let everyone know what's going on, okay?
Oh my god. Guess what, folks? OBS is fucked up again. Dude, I can't do this right now. I'm gonna have to uninstall and reinstall OBS Studio.
OBS fucked up, and it's never done this before. It didn't record the pre-stream, and I was recording at the same exact quality that I stream at. This is the first time ever OBS is fucked up like this, ever. And I restarted my computer, I unplugged and replugged everything, so I don't know what to do with OBS. Well, the good news is, guess what? I'm archiving this stream on Twitch, so I could still export the pre-stream, which is good. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna end up exporting it. Yeah, according to my OBS, I don't even have the newest one. I have, like, it says that 18 is the new version. I don't even have it. Which I didn't know, because I never saw a pop-up for it. It's supposed to tell me when there's a new one. I never even saw it. They said there was a new one. So I'm going to turn off the stream quickly. I'm going to try to back up my profile. I'm going to try to update the program, restart, and then we'll see if this works.